I see friends in here. Hi, Harper. And hi, Layla.
Are here because each of you has something within you that calls you out of that predestined, controlled, programmed idea into your hearts, where you can't even help it. You just want to love and serve. True or true? So if that is true, then why do we forget? And we've just talked about that. Well, all these reasons, distraction, I think, what was the quote for Rumi? The quote, did you guys post the name of this? It's not in there. Can you open up my phone, please? Because it's a Rumi quote, but here's where this idea came from. I'm in Pilates. I'm standing in Pilates, and I also struggle with chronic pain. And I was like, I don't know if I'm thinking, I don't know if I can do this. Do you have it? Yeah. I just want to see it. Let the beauty of what you love be what you do. So I'm standing there going, ouch, ugh. And I'm looking at this banner, and it says, let the beauty of what you love be what you do. Get it? The beauty of what you love. And I'm standing there, and my friend Karen, my coach in this, she's like, what are you doing? I said, I think this is exactly what I want to talk about. Why? Because it's what I most need to know. I got to remember that, hey, even when in this earth school, this particular lifetime, this time around the sun, that I signed up for one hell of a curriculum. I did not come here to just be like, okay, it's all right, whatever. No, and neither did any of you, or you wouldn't be here. I signed up to grow in consciousness, to expand in consciousness, and be the most loving, creative person I can be. Because when we let love be what we do, that gets ahead of the action, doesn't it? So we all know, did anybody have an experience recently where you forgot? Yeah. Oh, is she the only one? Come on, participate. Put in your heart here. You'll get so much more out of it. When we get in here together and go, yeah, do you know what? This is what brings us in unity. It's not how one is better or less than another. It's how we're all the same. We all are going through this period in history while everything appears to be completely chaotic and destructive. But within us, there is an inner metronome that is beating at a rhythm that is driving our heart math. That rhythm of our heart math, it's driving it. And at this time in history, we have known for thousands of years that this time would come when the big collapse of the old patriarchal systems would melt down or be torn down or just fall apart. And why? Why does this happen? Has it ever happened before in history? It just keeps happening. You know why? Because this is how we evolve. Oh, I was just thinking, you guys were on Zoom, aren't we? I'm not used to that. When I had my two churches, we didn't have it. Oh, he is? Oh, good, because I like to be with you. So how do we let love be what we do, y'all? How do we remember when we're in that opportunity? And that's what it is. It's an opportunity to choose love over fear, frustration, disappointment, without being codependent. I am not suggesting that we sacrifice our sense of our sovereignty and who we are. I'm suggesting that is there another way to truly be in sovereignty and love who we are by pausing and responding rather than reacting. True or true? So how do we do it? How do you do it? Woo! Let's all do that right now. Take a breath. You cannot fall out of love. A great spiritual master said that. His name is East Forest. Amazing musician. He leads giant groups of people and gets everybody in their heart space. You cannot fall out of love, but Is that unusual to hear that? Do you think that's kind of weird to think? Most people would go, oh, yes, I did, about 800 times, right? But the truth is, it is not possible. Why? Why do you think? It's always been there. Okay, good. It is me and you. And we have been programmed. It's nobody's fault. Forest took all of their ancestral wounds and lovingly handed them to each generation below it. And we continue to either circulate those shadows, circulate those ancestral wounds, and most people do for most of all history, never thinking or questioning that there's another way. Well, this is how my ancestors do it, so this is how I do it. This is how my parents do it. Oh, I'm just like my parents, or I'm the opposite of my parents. That's no better, because that's still a reaction. That was me. I'll show you. I won't be anything like you. Sounds like a teenager to me. Right? That's probably why I worked with them for so long. I could relate, you know? And so we cannot fall out of love, because love is what we are. It's what we do. It's what we be. We be love. Say that. We be love. I be love. Yeah. And so I know that all of us, because we share the heart of spirit, that there are times when we wish we had chosen again, that we wish we could do it differently. But here's the good news. When that happens, you get a do-over. Didn't anybody ever tell you? Have you heard? Didn't you know? We get all the do-overs we want. I don't care what anyone else told you. You can say, oh, Dr. Kim said, I get to do over as much as I want. And then I'm going to say, well, you said that I get to do it as many times as I want. Because the more that we go through the experience, the suffering, the disappointment, the pain, the reaction, the sorrow, the uncertainty, the more we go through that, we engage our hearts, because we hopefully start to feel great compassion for ourselves. And in feeling that great compassion for ourselves, then what's the next step? We begin to understand. Oh, my husband, wife, daughter, sister, friend, guy at the store, they forgot. And I get to choose again. So whatever the experience is, I can always go back into it and say, forgive me. I didn't mean to revert to a person that I am not. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. And thank you. Thank you for bringing up an opportunity for me to look at and ask myself, am I truly devoted to love? Am I truly 100% wanting to embody love? How about y'all? Don't you? Is there anybody that doesn't want to embody love? Is there anybody that doesn't want to walk through a crowd of people and have them all quiet because they feel something? They feel something so magnificent, something so alternating our sense of question and uncertainty into sovereignty, and I love you. And I love you in direct proportion to how much I love me. We were taught for thousands of years the other way around. You all know that the Bible was handpicked books by people that murdered their wives and children and did unspeakable things, and then handpicked books that would suit the way that they would govern. It has nothing to do with Jesus, really. It's more about control and fear. And if you do this, if you do it this way, then you will be safe. All that stuff was necessary at the time. It served a purpose, and it had to happen because it did happen. But that is exactly why what's happening now is that there is this complete shift. Have you guys noticed that, okay, let me put it in form of a question. Where do you see evolution? Because in one place we look and it looks like complete chaos, destruction. It looks like no empathy, no care. Absolute, we're on a free fall. But where do you see the duality? Where do you see in the world, in categories, subjects, where do you see things expanding and being more accessible, more healing, more free, growing? Anybody know? Nature, where else? What? Soul, huh? Community. This place is so important. I am so inspired by each of you because you chose to come and share your love today. What would happen if the whole world did this? There'd be no more problems. We would all get together and we'd get creative and we'd have a lot of fun being creative, because creativity is the whole idea of being on the divine feminine. The divine feminine is inclusive, contemplative, creative, and doesn't know anything about straight lines. It's all about flow and movement. And it's not about man or woman, it's energy. I have the most feminine expressions of that in a couple of my guys that are in my band or I play with. They're the most feminine men. And the way they love their wives and their children brings me to tears. They are incredible. 40, all my guys are late 30s, early 40s. And it gives me great hope to see, because a lot of them took my love and logic classes and stuff in meditation and 10, 20 years ago. And they're all raising their kids this way. They're all sitting around, and when their kids get angry at them and they forget, and they're like, be quiet. My guy, Ben, my closest soul brother, will go, Braden, I'm sorry. Dad forgot for a moment. This is about Dad. This is not about you. This is because Dad's tired and Dad's not in his heart, and that is Dad's issue to fix. Will you forgive me? To a 5-year-old, to a 7-year-old, to a 9-year-old, to a 15-year-old? Watching this, that's where I see evolution. Where else, you guys? I am a certified nutritional, I'm into like integrative nutrition. So helping people use food as medicine. Changing, yeah? That's it. Yes, now you know where I'm going. We're seeing it in the communities that are getting together, linking up and being super creative and going, all right, let's do this thing. When we went to Ren's house years ago to do a Gene Keys class, he was like, hey, you want to come help me do some cultivating work? And I'm like, what are you talking about? Well, permaculture. And I'm like, what's permaculture? And he's another 40-year-old guy that's in my circle of friends. And he's like, well, let me teach you all about it. You guys should come live with us. We want to create a community. And I'm like, wow. It's in the air, you guys. Now there are vitamins and supplements that you don't pee out anymore, that actually go into your body because of the new science and absorb and heal your body and actually work. There's so many things I would love to share with you in that area where you can heal yourself. There are ways, there is sound medicine. My beloved here and I are deep diving into sound healing, and we're creating an incredible group of instruments. And we're going to be doing a thing called Evenings with Clarity and Grace, where we're going to talk about quantum meditation and alchemy and use the sound instruments and then take people into a deep, long quantum meditation. Those experiences, that's evolution. That's people uniting with frequency and understanding how frequency works and that it can heal us. We have documented cases of people healing from it. Hypnosis, there's so many ways that we can heal ourselves. Where else do you see evolution? Anywhere else? Waldorf schools are a form of that. Any kind of place called a school where the kids are allowed to be kids and to be individualized and not in the military. Because the typical public school systems are based on military. And everybody's the same, homogenized. Are you the same as the person sitting next to you? No, you are unique. You are brilliant. You have something that nobody else can give. You are someone that can change somebody's life with a look, with a smile, with just a hug that's actually a real hug, that you can feel the hug because there's a heart-to-heart connection. You can feel that love when we look into each other's eyes. This is the time for us to work on our own shadows and really get clear where they came from, why they get in the way of us being sovereign, unconditional, loving examples of light and kindness and complete sovereign strength. That happens when we truly take accountability and responsibility for when we cannot respond in a way that serves, and we keep responding in a way that destroys. We look at that and go, and instead of beating ourselves up for it, we can take a look at it and go, what am I learning from this experience? What do I want to transform and alchemize into the next experience? So if you could take away anything today, what would you take away? Let's hear it. Be love. And I'd really like you to think about this for a moment. What are you going to do differently as a result of the experience you have here this morning, do you think? What might happen? Taking a breath. You know, I always tell my clients and all the people, and myself and all the people I work with, if I'm not safe for children and other living things, I got one way to get out of a situation that nobody will argue with me about. I got to go to the bathroom. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I know you're right in the middle of this and you're really heated, but I got to go. It works. You know how many of my clients have told me it's been a lifesaver and they haven't hurt the other person because they had that in their back pocket and they could go look at themselves in the mirror and take a look at what a programmed, conditioned person looks like and see the difference between that and who they actually are? Yeah? What else are you going to take away from this incredible community here today? Yes? Yeah, because especially if we're dealing with physical or emotional pain, we want to parent ourselves the way we wish our parents parent. And maybe some of you had those perfect parents. I did not. You know, so I want to figure it out. You know where I learned how to parent myself? My wife. She's the most incredible mother and grandmother, and I'm watching her talk to her kids and the way she deals with her grandkids, and I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm going to do for me next time. Because of the kindness, because of the softness, the quiet love. Quiet love can be more powerful than thunder because it has the capability and the ability to transform and alchemize a situation. So my prayer for you guys today and every day is that you're doing some kind of transformational work on yourselves. Whether you're 90 or 19, it doesn't matter. Because people that don't consciously work on themselves in some way perpetuate the same thing that's always been happening, doing it over and over again, expecting a different outcome. Insanity! I have been there. Yeah? So I am sharing with you what works for me in hopes that we can keep learning from each other. Because it's in community where the magic happens, you guys. This is even though it's a quiet, rainy, beautiful Sunday morning, which is why I'm not, blasting your heads off today. I can feel and sense that the energy is more quiet today. And I'm not going to force you to jump up and down, but I hope your hearts are dancing. I hope there's a little percolation, a little, ooh, I think I'm going to be able to do better. I think I'm going to love myself just a little bit more the next time I don't get it right. I think next time I'm going to actually go to the bathroom, come back out and say, I love you. I don't want to talk to you like I don't love you. Can we start again? Is there a new way to enter into this conversation where we both can meet each other in heart space? Can we do that? And if you have a hothead, then you just be like my wife and just, Sooner, I think I've shared with you guys, we have this, our house is like a temple, and there's Kuan Yin riding the dragon, and my friends in the band are like, ha, that's Reverend Karen Kuan Yin, and that's Dr. Kim the dragon. because I got a lot of going on, And that's why the sweetest love story I have for you is the moment that I knew I was falling in love with her, I heard this voice say, "This will help you the rest of the way. I love you, and so I give you caring grace." It changed everything for me. And I got off, I was speaking that day, and I always was speaking, and I got off and I came up to her and I put my hands on her and I said, "Hey, you are caring grace." And she said, "I am?" I said, "Yeah, I heard it. I know it. That's who you are." "What are you? Who are you?" You're not who you think you are. You're much, much more powerful. You have the ability to transform everything, one heart at a time. That's my mantra. I open hearts. That's what I do. I open hearts. And it's the greatest service I can give to the world. What is yours? What is the greatest service you can give to the world? And it starts with you. Thank you. Blessings, everybody.